Hey y'all, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Mel and I'm so glad you're joining me today. It feels like it has been forever since I've posted a video, or filmed a video in this case. Yeah, I had to make sort of a last minute or spur of the moment trip back to Texas, and I was only supposed to be gone for like 3 or 4 days, and then it turned into a week, so it has just been like crazy town. But I am back home, or here in New Orleans temporarily, because it turns out I'm moving back to Texas in a couple weeks. But yeah, so I'm back in New Orleans, so was able to finally grab some time to film really quickly. And yeah, just wanted to get up an update on my 2018 rolling project pan. So if you missed the introductory video to that, I will have it posted or linked above and below so that you can check out, you know, sort of why I picked the products that I did. But without further ado, let's just dive into my progress after 1 month with this project. And I'm actually really excited because I hit pan on 2 products in this month, which is super exciting. Both of these were things I had been working on before starting this like project officially, so it's not like I was starting from scratch on these, but it is really exciting nonetheless. So yeah, the first product that I hit pan in already is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. Is that what it's called? Yes. I always forget like the exact name on this one for some reason, but it does come with the 3 powders, and you can maybe see, and I will insert a picture, but I did hit pan on this middle powder here, which is the Incandescent Light. It's right over here in the corner. The plate or the pan or whatever you want to call it on this is almost the exact same color as this powder, so it is really hard to tell, but trust me, there is pan there. So what I have been doing since hitting pan on this, which happened about like a week ago, I have been focused really on trying to use this outer side of this powder here, which is the dim light powder. Just the way I'd been using my brush, I'd been sort of mixing all 3 of these together, but the way I'd been using my brush meant that the sort of outer parts of the 2 on the end, the dim light and the radiant light, had been getting used sort of unevenly, and so like sort of like the outer, I don't know, third of both of these powders was substantially like higher than like the middle parts, if that makes any sense. So I've been focusing on trying to get this powder more even, a little bit over here, but this one's a little dark to wear on its own for me. But yeah, so trying just to make this a little bit more even, and then we'll kind of go back to using all 3 of those. So very excited to have hit pan on this one. The other product that I hit pan in already was my Stila Starbright highlighting palette that came out for holidays of 2016, and I did hit just like the barest bit of like baby pan, like right there. Again, I'll put a picture of this close up so you can see a little bit better, but there is the tiniest bit of pan in the middle shade, which is Kitten, which is the shade that I am focusing on trying to pan in its entirety this year. And I have to say, I was getting kind of tired of using this. I talked about this recently in a video that I did, Confessions of a Palette Addict, as being a product that I kind of regret having purchased. And it is like, I don't like this all this much. And you know, using it, like I used it almost every single day since I started this project, because I really wanted to focus on it during these winter months when I'm a little bit paler, and this is actually, you can actually tell that I'm wearing it, versus in the summer it's just way too light. But yeah, so using it every day, I was really kind of getting sick on it. So definitely hitting pan sort of like revived my interest in this. I still don't think it's the greatest highlighter, but it did kind of give me like a second wind to using this. So very excited to have hit pan on that. So those are the only 2 items that I did hit pan on this month. And there's really only one other that I think has sort of significant progress, and that is my True Match Lumi foundation from Loreal. I have this line here. I don't know how well that picks up on camera, but so when I started, I was kind of about 3/4 of the way full, and then now we're down to here. So it's about halfway full now. So this has really been the only foundation that I've been wearing for the most part since I started this project. So I made really good progress on this. This is actually going a little bit faster than I thought it was going to. So I'm hoping I can use this up pretty early on this year. Like if I could use this up before we start getting into summer, that would be fantastic. So yeah, very excited with that. The rest of these, I'm going to run through them pretty quickly. Unfortunately, there's not a ton of progress, or at least not like noticeable progress, I think, on these. But again, this is a year-long or project rather. I, knew that a lot of these were going to be very slow going, especially here at the beginning. So yeah, it kind of is what it is here. So first up is this cream side of the Smashbox Masterclass Lighting Theory palette. This came back out in 2016. Didn't use this a whole lot this month. I did use some of these color correctors, the green and the peach and the orange specifically a couple times, but I was focused on panning a concealer for my seasonal project pan. My 9 by Mardi Gras project pan has my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in it, so I was really focused on using that up more this month than I was on this, simply because that's a 2-month project versus this is a year-long project. So that's also the case with the blush that I have in here. This is a Lancome blush. Again, it was part of a holiday kit. It doesn't really have a name on it. It's just a very light pink blush. I have a blush as well in my Mardi Gras project. So this one sort of been taking a back seat, although this is pretty much the only blush that I've used for like the last 2 weeks. It was the only one I brought to Texas with me, so it is getting some use. It's getting there. It's gonna be slow going. Same thing with this lipstick. This is the Comfort Matte lipstick from Urban Decay in the shade 1993. You can see this is what it looks like. I've again been more focused on the lipstick that I have as part of my seasonal project pan. So I've been using this like once, maybe twice a week since I started this project. So it's getting used, it's getting there, but I don't feel like it's anything like super noticeable yet. The other lip product that I have in this project is this lip pencil from the Estee Edit. It's just a nude lip pencil, and unfortunately I can't show the progress that I've made on this because it's one of the ones that once you wind it up, you can't get it to go back down. So we're definitely still using this, definitely making progress on this. It's going to be a surprise when it comes to an end because who knows? But I will say that having this in this project has definitely made me use it more than I would have otherwise. I tend to not always wear lip liner. That's kind of like an extra step that I skip a lot, but having this in this project has made me use it more often than I would have, so feeling pretty good about that. I do have another highlighter in this project. It is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in the shade Opal, and the biggest change in this is actually that I dropped it. So you can kind of see there's like a line going around it. I'm trying to be very careful on how I'm holding this. It came out all in one piece. It didn't like shatter when I dropped it, but like the whole thing like came out. So I pressed it back in. It's hanging in there for now. But yeah, that's really the only difference in this. Again, I was focused on that Stila highlighter throughout most of the month, wanting to get through it as much as possible during the winter months. So this one's been used a few times, but nothing super noticeable on it. Next up is my Physicians Formula Murumuru Butter Bronzer. Mine is in the shade Light Bronze, and this has really been the only bronzer that I have been using for the past month or so since starting this project. Again, there's not like super noticeable progress on this. I think the embossing is continuing to wear down. I mean, I feel like I can see a difference, but I know it's not going to pick up on camera. I definitely haven't hit pan on it. It's going to take me a while to do so with this. I'm going to be honest, I don't know that this will stay in this pan long enough for me to hit pan in it. The more I use it, kind of the less I like it. Part of it is the smell. I find it very off-putting. It's like I don't know that I think it looks as good on my skin as I thought it did when I first started this project. So I'm keeping it in here for now. I'm gonna keep using it for a while, but I may switch this out for something else at some point, because I don't know, I'm conflicted about how I feel about this one. So the last project that we have in here is my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. My goal in this is to hit pan in at least 2 shades this year. They are most likely going to be either white chocolate and then salted caramel or milk chocolate, simply because those are the 3 that I use the most often. White chocolate I use as my base every time I use this. And then I switch off between salted caramel and milk chocolate as my, you know, transition crease shade, depending on what other shadows I'm using out of this palette. So I love this palette. That's why I put it in this project, is because I do want to make sure that I am getting good, consistent use out of it throughout the year and giving it the love that it deserves. So, you know, sort of my strategy with this has been to use it at least once a week. And I think by doing that throughout the entire year, I will hit pan in at least 2 shades in this. But it is, again, like a lot of the products in here, it is going to take probably most of the year to do that. At that time, we may roll this out for another eyeshadow palette, or we may keep it in through the rest of the year and see if I can hit pan in more than the 2 shades, but you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So that is it. That is this first update for my 2018 Rolling Project pan. So I'm super excited that I've already hit pan in 2 of the items in this project. My goal for both of those is to use them up entirely, so I will not be rotating them out of the project at this point and replacing them with something else. We're going to keep going with those and hopefully can, you know, reach the goal of using them up entirely. And so yeah, that is pretty much it for this update. I hope if you haven't already done so, you will hit that subscribe button down below, come back and hang out with me some more. And until next time, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.